Hi and welcome. Um, this is one of those moments where I'm just called to pull cards because there's an energy that I'm sensing that wants to be translated or shared. And I was just um, doing some yoga, and then I put on some music and I was in a good mood, and then I started feeling this sense of anxiety. And if I don't try to understand the energy or I ignore it, then it settles in my body, and then I start feeling physical symptoms. And sometimes we might feel anxiety or knots in our stomachs or headaches or throat chakra issues, feel your energy drain or whatever else. If there are um, spikes in the Schumann's resonance or blasts of light or a lot of density, or if there's solar flares um, or solar activity. And I haven't checked it today, but um, this feels like, so the energies that we are conscious of or not conscious of affects us, and more so we are more and more becoming more sensitive to it. So it can be astrological energies, it can be the energies of people around you, maybe in your home, in your office space, in your community, in your country. And some of us can even feel energies across the world. Or sometimes it can be you feeling one other person's energy, and this energy didn't feel like it was mine. It wants to be translated. So I sat down and I was told to grab this deck, which is the Work Your Light Oracle deck. I just felt like I should. And the first card that I pulled out was No. And in this card, there's lightning and looks like clouds, like a thunderstorm, right? And where I am right now, today, we have really, really cold weather, and it's been raining all day. When prior to this, we were having really hot weather, clear skies. Um, so that might be significant. Also, my kettle is calling me. So someone needs to wait, postpone, pause, or say no about something, and they're either feeling anxious because they don't want to disappoint someone, or they have this inner wound, childhood wound, about not being able to say no or assert themselves. And the other card that was at the bottom of the deck is the boundaries card. Where do you need to establish better boundaries? And in this card, it's not clear, but she's standing here and there's all these hands trying to reach out to her. So it's like either in the physical, there are people, situations, or things that you don't want to do or is not in alignment with you, and you shouldn't be doing it, but you feel obligated, or you feel pressured, or you feel fear about saying no, or doing what you feel aligned to instead of doing what you feel pressured to doing. Or they can just be people energetically pulling on your energy, like people who miss you, but you've set boundaries with them and now they want back in, or people projecting negative energy towards you. So someone might need to, in the physical, say no, communicate or assert verbally a boundary, or someone needs to establish a boundary by either removing themselves from a space or situation, or taking some sort of action. Or this can be energetic boundaries. If you need to energetically cut cords with someone, because we are attached to people by our energies, whether it's negative trauma bonds or karmic bonds or love bonds. If the situation isn't healthy, whether the person is a good person or not is not the point. Is the situation, what is happening with you in that moment, if it's not good for you, you need to love yourself enough to be able to establish boundaries. And this is a really hard thing for most of us. So someone needs to know this. If you need to say no or not do something, pause, wait till you are clear. Um, Sometimes if we are in doubt, it's because we're not supposed to be doing that thing. If you are having a hard time establishing boundaries with people, especially people that are close to you and people that you care about, um, you need to know that it's okay, and that with time things will always work out the way they should, even if establishing a firm boundary is really difficult at any point in time. People that are meant to stay in your life, you will be able to heal through whatever you're going through, and maybe some time and space just lets things settle and each person go within to find what they need, instead of there being continuous clashes, whether that's passive aggressive silent treatment, or whether that is actually arguments and energetic exchanges that are low vibrational. Sometimes time away can make things better, but also because the energies are so intense, and a lot of us, we don't always know how to handle it, and there's a lot happening in the physical and in the energetic realm. So please seek out loving spaces and people that you know are supportive and that can hold space for you, for if you are going through a really difficult time. Part of what love teaches us and the ascension process and the spiritual journey is that your ego, acting from your ego, from fear, usually will lead us into difficult spaces, whether that is isolating from spaces and people and places that are really actually going to be good for you, and then withdrawing from that, versus isolating for protection and self-healing and resting and recovering and growth, or running away from our ascension, our growth, by distracting ourselves with other people and being so lost in the crowd and doing what everyone says and going where everyone's going, and not creating space for yourself to become a fuller, better, more complete version of who you already are. And it is in our own best interest to practice self-awareness and to tap in and say, do I need space right now and to be alone, or am I being alone because I'm afraid and I don't know how to access healthy, loving spaces, and I don't know how to open my heart up and let people in? Or should I put myself out there and be in loving, healthy spaces, versus am I doing that because I can't face the journey that I'm going through, and I don't actually want to deal with what I'm feeling? There are so many ways to access exactly what we need, and sometimes that is just prayer and meditation and asking whatever angels, guides, God, the universe, whatever you believe in, to help you access the kind of support that you need. And you'd be surprised how it can show up in so many different ways. So prayer means asking for guidance, advice, for support, for help. And meditation is creating the time and space, the presence, the silence, to be able to receive the guidance. And if you keep going, you are not allowing a chance for what is aligned for you to catch up with you. And if we are too stagnant for too long, we are not assisting the universe for our manifestations to be birthed and for us to actually align with it. I hope this helps someone these energies can be really difficult, and it's often difficult to figure out, where is my anxiety coming from, where is this fear coming from. And sometimes it's coming from a whole lot of places all at once, and sometimes it's you, and you need to really just sit with yourself and be with yourself, and sometimes it's not you. And we are feeling collective energies and helping to transmute it, and it's never ever your fault for you to be shamed or guilt, but it's all our responsibility to be aware and connect with our higher guidance, and connect with the earth, and ground what needs to be grounded, and release what needs to be released, whether that's energetically, emotionally, mentally, or physically. Cry if you need to cry, if you feel like you need to scream, if you feel like you need to move, if you feel like you need to rest, if you feel like you need to fast versus feeling like you need to eat. Tap into your body and your higher awareness, so you can better give yourself what you need, so you can be better for everyone else that's around you. I hope this finds you well and that you're having a beautiful day.